Hi darlings, welcome to another video here on Be My Bride. We are once again very excited to have the gorgeous SJ with us. Thank you so much for coming and chatting with us today.
Oh my gosh, it's my absolute pleasure. I love hanging out with you girls.
We have such good girly chats. We always just talk about everything: makeup, fashion, weddings, you name it. SJ is the international makeup artist for bareMinerals and did Soph's makeup on her wedding day. So we thought we'd have a little bit of a chat about wedding makeup, and we also asked on our Instagram for your questions. So I think let's get started. So let's start with asking you a question. Why did you want SJ to do your wedding makeup?
So the biggest thing for me when it came to choosing my makeup artist was making sure that I had the base that I wanted. And I absolutely swear by the bareMinerals Bare Pro foundation. So I just couldn't even think about having any other brand to do my makeup because they wouldn't have that foundation. But I just love bareMinerals products. I think they're so natural, they're just so long lasting. So yeah, that was kind of the biggest decision for me, was to do with the brand. I really wanted to work with bareMinerals on my wedding makeup.
So let's go to our Instagram and see what questions you guys had for SJ regarding wedding makeup. So the first one that we've had is something which we actually spoke about in our last video with SJ, which is recreating Sophie's wedding makeup, so we'll leave that one linked down below. But Deirdre has asked for tips on making your makeup stay all day, but also looking like you are avoiding the K-cup.
Ah.
And I feel like that's not just a wedding makeup tip,
Yeah.
no, every day I want to
Definitely. Deirdre, great question. First of all, I would always say that skincare is key, because the better that your skin looks underneath the makeup, the less makeup that you're going to actually have to apply, whether it be a big event or whether it's just your every single day makeup. I don't think you have to spend a lot of money on skincare. I do believe that it's more about a morning routine and an evening routine. So if you can get yourself into a routine daily, making sure you cleanse properly, you hydrate properly, then your skin over time will just become more polished, more luminous. You'll be getting rid of dead skin cells and anything that's on the skin that doesn't really need to be there. And you'll generally have a fresher, brighter, more youthful looking skin. So therefore, something like the bareMinerals Complexion Rescue, which I know we've talked about a bit today, it's basically a SPF 30. It's bareMinerals' version of a tinted moisturiser, but what you find with Complexion Rescue, it's got slightly more coverage than your average tinted moisturiser. Start with that. Luminous glowing skin, little bit of concealer where you need it, and then a wash of colour on the eyes, a pop of colour in the cheeks, and a flush of colour on the lips, as well as some nice mascara, and that's going to give you a gorgeous look for every day.
Amazing. What do you think about makeup setting mists? Have you ever tried those with any success?
Sprays or
like a
powders?
mist, you know, sometimes
mist,
like
yes.
For example the Urban Decay or Nicer.
Yes.
Do you think they are any good?
I do like a setting mist. bareMinerals don't do one at the moment, but we do have an amazing dew mist coming soon.
And will that help makeup last all day then?
Absolutely. I mean, the thing I find with bareMinerals, and especially the foundation that Sophie chose for her wedding day, with that you would not need any kind of setting mist anyway. But perhaps if you're going for more of a lighter foundation, just with a little bit of concealer, a little bit of powder or mineral veil, then a setting mist will come in,
We didn't top up your base on your wedding day, did we? So
No, that's amazing.
Wow.
That's why I love the Bare Pro so much, because it does literally just stay in place all day. And I said, in fact, I think you said it to me, but I completely agree, that the longer you have it on, the better your skin looks.
Yeah.
Like it actually, as you wear it in, it starts to just glow a bit more and just look lovely.
So as it molds with your skin, it
it
just
just looks amazing. And sometimes I find when I take off the Bare Pro, my skin actually feels better than it did before I put it on.
And I can tell you why actually. So a little secret with the ingredients in the Bare Pro, it contains papaya enzymes. And what the papaya enzymes do, you've probably heard of fruit acids and things in skincare, they eat away at the dead skin cells. So every time you wear Bare Pro foundation,
gentle peel.
Yeah, not only does your skin look fantastic while you're wearing it, but what we found that our clients have been telling us is it actually improves the texture of your skin over time.
And that's the papaya enzyme.
Yes. Papaya enzyme. So if you Google papaya enzyme in skincare, it just basically, it sounds horrid, but it munches away at dead skin cells. And we can have a lot of layers of dead skin cells just sitting on top of our skin if we're not using a good skincare routine. So having something that's actually going to clean away and slough away those dead skin cells, a bit like an exfoliator would. That's why with barePro, Sophie, you found that not only does your skin look great when you're wearing it because it contains the bamboo, which blurs the appearance of imperfections, even though you don't actually have it, but also the papaya in there is going to be almost working as a very light, natural fruit exfoliator whilst you're wearing it.
That's amazing.
Yes.
And
SPF 20.
Amazing.
And our next question is, what makeup is dancing with your head on his shoulder proof?
Oh my
gosh, that is so cute! Oh my goodness.
Well, actually, the bareMinerals Original Foundation is non-transferable. So I would definitely say the Original Foundation. Actually, the barePro Performance by Liquid, non-transferable.
Yeah, I was going to say it is, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
You have to actually kind of scrub it to get it off.
Yeah, yeah. So I would say the Original Foundation by bareMinerals. Or the barePro Performance by Liquid Foundation. If you're wearing a foundation from another brand, then just by all means do purchase a setting spray or something like that, and make sure that that's going to keep everything in place, because it's nothing worse, is there? If you go to an event and you're sort of, saying hello to the host or something, and you notice that you've got something on there and you don't know whether to tell them or not.
Yeah. Oh no, it's just like, oh no, it's a steamy.
Yes. Oh no, designer
and the groom
suits.
as well. Imagine the groom with his white shirt.
Yeah.
And you're kissing a lot of people on your wedding day.
Yeah.
Even if it's just a.
It's like a kiss-a-thon.
Really is. Oh my goodness. Is there anything in the application that could make it more budge-proof?
Definitely. Always make sure you're using a primer, because that's going to really keep everything in place. So depending on your skin type, there's lots of different primers. We kind of call it primer wardrobing. So there's one for everyone. If you've got an oily skin, you might want to use a combo primer. If you've got a very dry or dehydrated skin, you could use a hydrating primer. What a primer will do, any of the foundations that you choose, any of the concealers you choose, it's going to keep them in place all day long, but not just keep them in place, but keep them in place looking flawless. Yeah.
Great tip. This one's quite interesting, and as a blogger slash Instagrammer slash whatever you want to call us these days, very interesting for me as well. How to strike the balance between looking good in real life and looking good in photos?
Okay, this is a really, really good question. So I think the mistake a lot of people do make on their wedding day is they think that they want to have their makeup much, much heavier than in real life. But what you have to remember on your wedding day is you are going to be talking to a lot of your friends and family this close. So you don't suddenly want to have more makeup on just for the sake of a photograph.
Yeah.
A few tips when it comes to photos. Things that are going to look red in photos are your hands and your ears. So just make sure you buff a little bit of original foundation or something like that on there, or you may just want to get like a spray tan or something a few days before the wedding, because that will take the rosiness out and put more of an olive tone in.
That is a great tip.
Okay, so look at photographs, old family photos, you'll notice if it's just a snap, it's not a proper model shot.
Yeah.
Hands and ears always look rosy. The other thing with makeup is in photographs, so from working on a lot of photo shoots and fashion shows, the thing that we're always taught as artists is everybody loves a glow on certain areas of the complexion. In photographs, in photography, there are certain areas where you don't want to glow because you get what's called pretty shine and then you get ugly shine. So for photography, always make sure you either use a matte foundation to begin with, like we do on soap, and then we highlight afterwards. Or if you want to go with a dewy foundation, make sure you use something like a mineral veil or a finishing powder, and just use a small brush to dust onto the T-zone, around the nose area, on the top lip, on the chin, because the T-zone area, if that area and in between is too shiny, that's where it will really stand out in photos. Where you want to keep the shine is on the outside contours here and a little bit on the neck and décolleté, but the centre panel, keep that matte, and that will look great in photographs. And what that means is you don't have to have lots more makeup. And always have a trial as well, and you can always take a few snaps at your trial and just see how things are going to look.
How would you work with a bridal hairdresser to complete the full bridal look?
Oh, okay, that's a really good question. First of all, it's really important to I always introduce myself to the hair person as soon as I get there. and always be really friendly and nice, because I think sometimes at a photo shoot it's like, oh, it's all about the hair, or oh, it's all about the makeup, like who cares about. So you know, it is really important for your hair and your makeup artist to work well together. I know a lot of people do hair and makeup. Tried that once. You wouldn't want to see my hair skills. First of all, I always make sure that the hair person, so this is actually something to think about when you're setting up for a wedding. Hair person will need a low chair for their bride with lots of plug sockets around and a mirror. Makeup artist will need more bright light, bride facing window with hopefully a stool or a chair with a cushion on. And what I tend to do is always have a little chat with the hairdresser. You don't need to involve the bride or stress them out. As soon as I arrive, I say, have you got setting work to do on the hair? Do you want to put it in rollers or something first? And then send the bride to me. I'll crack the base, do the majority of the makeup. Then I'll send her back to you for taking rollers out, putting into shape, then come back to me for final touch-ups, and then we can put the dress on.
Teamwork.
It's all about teamwork. And I always think that really the bride needs to sort of go to generally hair first to get the rollers in or something, then come to makeup. And that's actually handy because all the hair is then off the face, and you're not touching the hair or getting any primer or anything into the hair that could, you know, damage the look of the hair on the day. So yeah, it's all about teamwork with hair and makeup.
And do you look into what the bridal hair is going to look like to try and work that with the makeup look?
Yeah, definitely. If it's going to be like, for instance, a vintage look or something like that, then it's really important to make sure that, you know, the makeup, if the hair's vintage, you don't want to suddenly have like an 80s makeup or something. Or, you know, if the makeup's really vintage, then, you know, vice versa. So I think it's really, really good. I would recommend a Pinterest board for anyone getting married. I mean, I am obsessed with Pinterest. I use it for outfits because I'm so rubbish at putting outfits together. But choose your hair. Well, I just follow Josie, and then I know what to wear on a daily basis. Yeah, choose your hair and makeup look. Save a board. Show that to your hair artist, your makeup artist, and then everybody has kind of like what you call a mood board, really, something you'd use at a photo shoot, and like a mood board, so you've all got the look and feel and the vibe. And again, that's where the trial comes in. So important.
So handy.
Yeah.
While we're talking about the actual run of the day,
yes,
Soph and I always talk amongst ourselves about how great you were on Soph's day at chilling Soph out and taking control, but without being like, you weren't bossy or anything, but you knew it needed to be done for Soph. Can you talk a little bit about why that's so important as a professional makeup artist to make the bride feel that way?
I think, yeah, obviously the bride is the most important person on the day, and you just want, there might be lots of things to sort out, lots of things to organise that is on a need-to-know basis. First of all, if you are helping someone get ready for a wedding, maybe you're a bridesmaid or mother of the bride or sister, first of all, try and confiscate the bride's mobile phone on the day, because guests are unbelievable. They will text the bride on the day, and I mean, I've been at wedding mornings before where brides getting questions like, sorry, we can't find it, what time is it again, and you know, all this sort of thing. I mean, the bride's got enough to think about. So first of all, confiscate the phone. The other thing is, mother of the bride could be nervous, father of the bride could be nervous. So it's all about, you know, if you've got spare time on your hands, oh, can I make you a cup of tea? Or, you know, can I help tidy that away? You know, just being prepared to get involved, stay calm, and realise that it is quite a stressful time for everyone. The other thing I always recommend is, a lot of people think they want to be with all of their bridesmaids in the same room on the morning of getting ready. But actually, I think on the actual day, the bride needs a time, maybe with her chief bridesmaid or maybe just with her mum, but just calm time. Because there's a lot of people around going, oh, have you seen this? And there are the flowers here, and da-da-da-da-da-da. And I'm thinking, oh no, the poor bride. So it's basically just taking away any stress so that the bride can relax and just have quiet time. Perhaps have hair going on in one room, makeup in another room. But just try and get some space around you on the day.
Yeah, and minimising disruptions. You don't want people coming out to...
Don't ask the bride any questions.
No.
It's just not fair. And I mean, I must admit, Josie, you on the day of the wedding.
Yeah, Josie was...
You were incredible.
Yeah. Josie should be a bridesmaid for hire because she was like...
Honestly, Josie should be a wedding planner. Because she literally, 1 minute she'd be coming in with flowers, then she was filming champagne, then she was setting up cameras, then she'd be getting the dress out. I mean,
and she was bridesmaid as well, and she was also uploading these photos onto her laptop.
Yeah, no, so yeah, you were incredible on the day. You were just, you were keeping things calm as well.
Ooh, this is a fun one. So Emma has asked for bridesmaid pamper night recommendations. That's quite a fun one. So I guess like getting your skin ready last minute.
Okay, I thought you meant party tips. I'm thinking, oh, okay.
Skincare and beauty wise.
So I would say, first of all, on the lead up to the wedding, obviously it's really important to make sure you're having facials and really looking after your skin. But for a pamper night for bridesmaids, I think we do an incredible product called Skin Longevity Sleep Gel Cream. And it's something that bareMinerals launched recently. I don't think we launched it in time for Sophie's wedding, which is very out of order.
She got some press on.
But basically, it's an amazing cooling gel cream that gives your skin a boost of botanicals, vitamins, everything it needs overnight. You put it on after you've cleansed, after you've used your serum at night before you go to bed. You wake up in the morning, your skin looks plumped, hydrated, smooth, and it just feels so silky, so luxurious. You'll find that your makeup will go on beautifully and just look completely flawless. So I would say tubs of Sleep Longevity Gel Cream. Yeah, it's really, really nice.
So good. Yeah. I love anything that gives your skin hydration and nutrients. But I guess we should say that you should try it out maybe a week or so before your wedding day. Don't try anything new the night before, right?
And the other thing is, I mean, I'd love to recommend, because we do lots of amazing face masks, but I wouldn't say to use a face mask the night before unless you've tried it before, because face masks can bring out imperfections because they have to come out to get rid of them. So masks and things might be good for the hen do that a week before or something like that, but maybe not on the night of the wedding. It's always good to try things first if you're going to use them the night before, I think.
I found as well that I kept my skincare, like I was probably a few months before the wedding, I thought this is my skincare routine and I'm not changing or introducing any products now because I don't want anything to happen to my skin, so I'm unprepared for it.
That's
such a good idea.
By the Emma Hardy cleansing
I did, and I still love that now. But I've been using it for a while, and it was doing wonders for my skin. And I thought I'm not going to change anything. I'm just going to continue using this because it's doing really well. And I don't want to start introducing new things too close to the wedding, just in case.
Yeah. Stick to what works.
Would you say how long is the best length of time before a wedding day to really settle down your skincare routine?
I would say definitely start 3 months before.
3 months?
Yes.
Wow. My goodness.
I would say 3 months. If you haven't got 3 months and it's a quick wedding, 6 weeks if you can.
As long as possible.
Yeah, but 3 months is a really good amount of time to kind of work on your skincare, work on that routine and get your skin looking in tip-top condition.
How long before your wedding should you be booking a makeup artist?
Okay, so this is an interesting one because a lot of people will book their makeup artist, they will be absolutely thrilled with the first trial they go on.
Do you recommend that you have a trial?
Oh yes, I would definitely say I'm booking a trial. So whereas some people will book someone, have a trial, and it's just nothing wrong with the makeup artist, but it's just not their style of makeup. So I would recommend having a trial. I would say probably makeup artists get very booked up, especially for summer seasons. I would say look at booking your makeup artist 6 to 9 months before for a trial. Obviously you might not go for the same foundation on the day, you may even change the look on the day, especially as skin colour changes throughout the year. We go on holiday, we use tans, etc. But I think it's good to finalise the makeup artist you're happy with, and then you can get someone booked that you really like, because I think what happens is people get very booked up for the wedding season, and if you leave it too late, you'll find that all of the good ones, not that they're bad ones, all of the ones that you might like
you might just not get your first choice, is pretty much if you leave it too late.
Yeah, especially as most people get married now on maybe a Friday or a Saturday. There's only so many wedding days and so many makeup artists and so many venues.
Do you recommend people have their dress before they book a trial?
Yes and no. I mean, at the end of the day, if you've got a really good makeup artist, they will be very flexible. It's more about getting a makeup look to suit you. It's a bit like when you look at Fashion Week. I always say, let's take Fashion Week looks from runway to real way. And also I say to women, don't feel that you've got to wear looks that you see on Fashion Week, because it doesn't mean it's going to suit you. So I think your wedding day makeup is more about you as a person. What's going to suit your eye colour, your skin tone, you know, your hair colour, etc. Obviously, if you're going for a vintagey wedding or something like that, then you're going to change and adapt the makeup to that. but I think it's more about getting makeup to suit you. If you go for maybe an ivory dress over a cream or a white dress, it may be that you slightly change the tones of the makeup, but it's not going to be anything that drastic that you can't kind of work with on the day. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. I think, yeah, because I know some people get their wedding dress last minute, don't they?
SJ, what would your tips be for the girls out there that are going to be doing their own makeup on their wedding day? What would be your top tips?
Right, top tips for doing your own makeup on your wedding day. I would say either go into a department store where there's perhaps a particular makeup brand, bareMinerals, or any other lovely brand. Someone you trust, someone you like, get them to do you know, maybe a little lesson for you. At bareMinerals we offer all complimentary lessons. We never charge for our lessons in the department stores or in any of our boutiques. I would say call up first just to make sure there's going to be someone that can allocate a full hour to you, rather than walking in and finding out one girl's on her lunch break, the other one's serving a customer. So I'd phone up first and, you know, just explain that you're getting married, you're going overseas, you're going to be doing the makeup yourself. You'd love to come in, perhaps have a bit of a trial. You know, don't feel with bareMinerals that you have to buy products. We're more about helping you and making sure that you're happy. If you buy products, great, but if you don't, we just want you to go away with the right tips and techniques. If you want to pay for a makeup trial and get a professional makeup artist that perhaps does a lot of weddings or works on photo shoots and fashion shows, then perhaps do the same, but book a trial at home and ask the makeup artist to write a step-by-step for you. I mean, everybody has smartphones now. Film the trial on your phone.
Even in a counter, just hold your phone up against a foundation and film it.
Absolutely, and just film what you're having done and then recreate that. Perhaps have a girly night with your bridesmaids and get the most artistic ones to practice on you and get them to do your makeup on the day, or your mum or your cousin or your auntie or someone artistic in the family. Practice together before you go away.
Such a good tip, and previously hearing that I'd been like, yeah, obviously go and get a trial, but I was in a makeup store recently and the guy finally showed me how to contour, and before that, whenever I get my makeup done, I just kind of zone out and I'm maybe a little bit rude just on my phone or something, but this time I really paid attention, and that's a tip now that I will always remember. So just small tips like that, and the makeup artist might be able to look at your face, your eyes, and recommend some colours that you've not thought of before.
And products as well that you might not have necessarily tried before.
Definitely, and also if you say to someone, look, I'm going abroad for my wedding, we're also having a holiday out there at the same time, you know, hopefully they'll be able to recommend not a huge makeup bag of products, but some almost a capsule makeup bag that you can use for the wedding day, you can use for you know, a day at the beach, lunch with friends, and you know, not taking too much with you, maybe not taking too many liquids with you, etc. Things that have got SPF in. So yeah, we can recommend things that will work for you, for the wedding, for the honeymoon, and different looks that you might want to create whilst you're away. So yeah.
You can even take in your favourite eyeshadow palette and like show me a few different looks.
Definitely, yeah, absolutely.
I guess from a bridesmaid point of view, what would you say if you've got a very small clutch bag would be the essentials? Your touch-ups.
I would recommend for your touch-ups throughout the day, the Bare Pro Compact Foundation. It has a little mirror in there, and underneath there's a little compartment that has a little powder puff. So you've got your mirror and your powder puff to touch up the T-zone where we get the ugly shine, not the pretty shine. So touch that up throughout the day, and then either a mini lipstick. A lot of brands do minis nowadays. A mini lipstick or a mini gloss just to touch that up, and make sure one of the girls at the bridal party just has a little pop of blush. If you forget your blush, just pop a little bit of lipstick on the back of your hand and just pop it on the cheeks, and that just lifts everything. So I'd say a lip and a compact touch up.
Amazing.
2 essentials.
Okay, well, I think we could quite happily talk all day next week about makeup. Thank you so much for coming and chatting with us. It's just been amazing to. I always love reminiscing.
I know. I wonder how long I can talk about my wedding for.
I love it. I mean, I love the morning, helping get you all ready.
It was actually
so
really
fun.
chilled morning as well.
Yeah. It was amazing. So we really hope you found this interesting and useful, and if you've got any more makeup questions, SJ is super active on her own Instagram and is the most helpful person ever, so we'll leave SJ's Instagram on the screen here. You can ask her. Hope you don't mind, you're going to get like and now she's like, please don't.
I'd absolutely love that, and I'd love to come back and, you know, do any mother of the bride looks or bridesmaid looks or anything else you guys want to do. Then please just give me a call, because I love working with you guys. It's so much fun. It doesn't, well, it's not really work.
It's not work. It's a early day. So if you've got any video requests you'd like us to do with SJ, then leave them down below. And thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.